Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have my essentials and favorites for a newborn for month 2. So I did my essentials and favorites for the first month of a baby's life, and today I'm doing for the second month. I'm going to show you guys the items that were favorites of mine and my son's for the past month, as well as the items that I think were absolute essentials. So first off, I'm going to start with like an absolute essential, and it's a pacifier. For the first month, my son didn't really need or use a pacifier, but for the last month, he's been really using it a lot. The one that we have is from Philips, and it's for the 0 to 2 month babies. We have other pacifiers in the house and he doesn't like them. The only one that he likes is this one. I will try and link it down below if you're interested in this one. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything like that, but this is the one that he took to. It's like a very small, it's like the little piece is really soft, so and bendy, and I think that's what he liked about it. What I personally like about it is that they're a little cap, so you can like carry the cap with you when he's using the pacifier. So when he like leaves it or something like that, you can just keep it in there, so it's a little bit more sanitary that way. So we really like this, and sometimes he's a little bit fussy, and this really suits him down. And sometimes like when I take him and put him down to breastfeed him, sometimes when he's fussy we'll just start crying when I just like put him down. Sometimes I will just put this in his mouth for a few seconds and it just like soothes him, and then I can breastfeed him, and it works really nicely. So I've been really liking it, and I would highly recommend getting a pacifier. In the soothing category again, I would really recommend a rocker chair. I have like a chair that like rocks and that is vibrating, and that like can play music. It also has like a little arch with toys on it. We really don't use it for the arch and the toys, although we could. We really use it to soothe my son. Like sometimes when he's really fussy and doesn't want to be held anymore, we put him in there, and we just like put the vibration on, and we just use like our feet to rock the chair a little bit, and it really suits him. So I really like it. He won't nap in it. Like sometimes he will nap for like 10 minutes in it, although it's not really meant to be like a napping station. It's like a play station or something like that, but we really use it like to soothe him when he's fussy, and then we can take him and like put him to sleep. It really works well. Sometimes he does fall asleep in it, but we usually like take him out, because after a few seconds he will wake up by himself if he's left in there anyways. Initially I didn't want to use one of these because it is supposed to not be so good for your babies to be like in sitting stations that are like restraining and stuff like that. I will link down below, if I remember, to the like the article in which I've like read that it's not that great. I think it's from Mama OT, and I will link that like page down below if you want to check it out. But basically I figured that sometimes when he's overly fussy, it's a good idea to have it around, but I try to limit the time that he spends in there, just because, as I mentioned, it's not supposed to be that great for kids. They're supposed to be better like laying down or stuff like that, because then they are developing their motricity a little bit better. I will link that page down below. It explains everything a lot better than I do. But regardless of that, we still use the chair. We try to limit the time, but sometimes when he's overly fussy, it's all that will calm him down, and so we use it for that. I will now be like sharing a clip of what this chair actually looks like, and I will link it down below. I think it is from Baby Einstein, if I'm correct. This is what the chair looks like. As you can see, it can rock, and out here you have features for you can play music with it. I think it has like 6 or 7 sounds. Some are entertaining and some are really soothing, and then you've got like the vibration mode, and there's an arch that can like plug into right here. And it has like little toys that you can play with over it. We don't really use the toys, we really use it for that. And it has like the harness right here if you want to clip them in for safety. Then the next category of items are bottles and breast pumps. Basically the reason that I'm saying that, if you are with your kid 24/7, then you won't need those, but I find it comforting to know that I have like milk in the freezer, and then when I'm out or something like that, my son is drinking my milk and not the powder milk or something like that. In month 2, we had to go and run errands twice. We had like 2 appointments without my son, and we had my boyfriend's work Christmas party. So we were leaving for like an evening out, and my parents were taking care of my son, so I wanted to have milk in the fridge for him to drink while I was away. So I have been pumping a little bit for that reason. And also during the second month, like I had a few days where my son was sleeping a little bit longer periods throughout the night, and like my breasts were really engorged and they were painful, and I couldn't go back to sleep because of that, and I didn't want to wake my son up, so pumping a little bit of milk on those times was good for me too. The pump that I'm using is not from Medela, it's from Lancino, and it's this little pump right here. It's a double electric pump, but it costs like a fifth of the price of the Medela one, or the I don't remember the other brand that's really popular. That one is a lot less expensive. So if you don't have insurance that covers it, it's a really good option. It's a double electric, as I mentioned, but you can use it to single pump, which is what I personally prefer doing. So I've been really enjoying that pump. If you're an occasional pumper, I think it is just perfect. I like that it's electric. But it was pretty much the same price as a manual one, so that's the one that I got, and I highly recommend this one. I will also link it down below. The other item that is an absolute necessity if you are pumping and feeding your child with a bottle is a bottle, and these are the bottles that we've been using. They're the Como Tomo one. I don't know the exact name, if they have a specific name, but anyways, I will link it down below. These I really like. They are soft and squishy, a little bit like a nipple would be. I like that they have a really slow flow, so it's pretty much the same thing as a breast for your baby. So he can switch back from this to the breast without being like confused or anything like that. And since it's a really slow flow, you don't need as much milk. My son will just gobble on milk if he has a fast flow, and the bottle will last like 5 seconds, and this one, the bottle lasts a little bit longer. So it's like if you are using milk to put him to sleep, this is working a lot better. Also, like if you put it down, it doesn't really drip, which is also really nice, because if like the bottle tips over, it won't spill all over the place. So I really like these bottles. These are the ones that we've been using and enjoying. And my son took to them like in seconds. He didn't fuss or didn't have any issues with taking to those bottles. The reason that we purchased these bottles, aside from the slow flow, was the fact that there's no plastic that comes in contact with the milk. It's a silicone bottom and a silicone nipple, so it's a little bit safer. I know that all bottles are pretty much BPA free, but there are other like toxic stuff in plastic, so the fact that it's silicone is a little bit better for that reason. So we're trying to avoid plastic when it comes to like to his milk, especially since we're like heating it up a little bit. We don't want that to come in contact with him when possible. I know that like the breast pump that I have, like there are plastic parts, but when we can avoid them, we try to. The other bottle that we tried was from the Medela one that came with the pump, and the flow was really too fast. I didn't enjoy it for that, but I have other bottles that I might try, but so far this is the one that we've really been enjoying. The 3 last items I want to share with you guys are toys. The first one is a mobile that my son is absolutely obsessed with. It's the one that we use on his changing table. I didn't want to have a mobile over top of his crib just because I felt like it was a little bit overstimulating and that you have to take it out really fast. However, over the changing table, it makes changes a little bit easier because he's looking at it, he's enjoying himself, so you can change him and it's easier for us. He's like entertained and it's really easier. The one that we have, I will insert a clip of right now. This is the mobile that he's obsessed with. It has like first animals, and this is the music that it plays, and it just like moves around. He is obsessed with it. He loves it, and he's like kicking his arms and his feet when he's when we're not changing him and that we leave him on the table. We stand right by his side when he's playing with it, but he enjoys it so much that sometimes we stay at the changing table a little bit longer for that reason, but he loves it. Sometimes I also put him like on the floor of his bed and you can still see it even though it's a little bit further away. He loves that thing. We have another one on the pack and play downstairs, but he doesn't love it as much, but I would recommend getting one of these because they're really entertaining to babies. The next toy that we have is the first toy that my son started playing with, and it's this little giraffe from Bright Stars. I think it's because of the contrast of the eyes, but he would stare at that thing for hours, and he also enjoyed the crickly sound. He doesn't really like grip onto it at really much yet. he's still a little bit young for that, but he enjoyed it so much in the beginning. It's the like toy that we keep in the diaper bag, so when we get out of the house, it's small and convenient, and it just really wraps up really small, and he really loved it in the beginning. So this is like for the 2-month period, that was the toy that he preferred playing with. So I would get it. I know that it's really not expensive, and since he really loved it, I am sharing the info with you guys. Also, it has, when he's going to grow a little bit older, like it has a lot of texture at the bottom, and it crinkles a little bit, and there's the tabs there. So there's a lot of different features that he will grow into liking again, and it's really soft and stuff like that. So I really liked it, and I would recommend this toy. The last toy that my son was obsessed with over the last month is this one from Infantino. It's this little, I don't know how you call these, but it makes a little noise, and it's really a more soothing sound than most sound making toys. It has like a nice, that's the noise that it makes. It's a lot less annoying, and I think it's nicer. It also has like this little thing that you can attach it to, I don't know, let's say a stroller or something like that, or that sometimes we attach it to his little, we attach it to his wrist, so like he swings it around and he likes that. And also it also has like that textured rubber at the bottom, again for like sensations and stuff like that. We really like it. It has different little colors, and it will, like, sometimes when he's a little bit fussy, we use that around him. We just shake it around him, and he really likes the noise, and it kind of calms him down. And sometimes he plays with it. So that's, well, he plays with it. Sometimes like we shake it around him and he gets all excited and really likes it. So that's another toy that he's really been liking for that past month. So this is it for the items that I, for my essentials and favorites for from the last month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.